Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Yes, I am still angry. We are speaking about 14 hours after the game. I am still fuming and angry about what happened yesterday. No, it's not about VAR. No, it's not about how Juventus played. It's a mix. It's both. Equally where I am super angry. My faith in football has been hurt yesterday. Has really been hurt because what we assisted yesterday, it's the biggest mistake ever in the era of VAR. Since VAR was introduced in football, we assisted it the biggest mistake ever. Of course, it happened in Serie A. Of course, it happened against Juventus. It's not the only mistake that happened this season with VAR or with some referee decision to Juventus. People were writing me, Beppe, you have to speak about it because you are a channel with more than 20,000 people. You have a lot of follow on social media. You have to be the voice because of these things that they can't happen again in the future. Other people were telling me, Beppe, if you are speaking about referees, it's because you are a loser. We are Juventus. We should not speak about referees. I agree with both. Why? Because if we speak only about this, about the referee, about the goal that has been cancelled to Milik yesterday, if we use it as an excuse for our inability to play better football, then we are wrong. If we use it to blind ourselves and to excuse everything that happened in these 90 or even more 100 minutes, then we are wrong. If we use it to say that it's because of the referee that we didn't score before, then we are wrong. But if we stay silent because of the remontada of Juventus at the 92nd and 94th minute, because we did it playing bad, and we will speak about that in that second part of the video, where we played bad, because yes, we played bad. If we use it, if we do that remontada, but are cancelling it to a really valid goal, for multiple reasons that valid goal was there. If we stay silent, then we are also wrong. We have to admit it. We played bad, and the referee has nothing to see with that. VAR has nothing to see with that. But we were robbed yesterday, and it is what it is. A lot of people also told me in the beginning, no, Bonucci was offside, he was offside, until they received the other images proving that he was onside, proving that also the defenders of Salernitana were ripping his shirt off. Could have been even a penalty, a second penalty for Juventus. Do we deserve the win? Actually, if you're speaking about playing style, no, because Juventus don't deserve that win. If you are speaking about the goals that we scored, because we were led by 2 goals at halftime, if you're speaking about the remontada, the character, the DNA that Juventus showed in these last moments, too late. But we did it. We deserved 3 points yesterday. In terms of result, not in terms of playing style. Like we deserve probably also 3 points versus Roma. Because of the hand of Smalling that was not seen by the referee. Like other mistakes that we saw. Alexandro, first day versus Sassuolo, pushed. No penalty. Cuadrado versus Spezia. Penalty. No penalty. Not reviewed. Not accepted. Candreva scored a hand goal yesterday. The first goal was a handball. And VAR was analyzing it. 3 minutes of analysis by VAR to understand if yes or no he touched it with hand. We saw it. That it was a hand. Why was it not agreed? Why didn't they disallow it? I don't understand. And that's where my biggest problem enters of the game of yesterday. Should I still trust VAR? Should I still trust the people that are judging the VAR? Because what happened yesterday, it's not only a problem that has to concern Juve, but all calcio. All the calcio. Because that's what happened yesterday. Can happen to Milan, can happen to Inter, can happen to Bologna, Sassuolo, or whatever team. I remember last year, a mistake from referee judging a really strange offside with the goal of Acerbi. You remember? It's not the first time, but yesterday it was a daylight robbery. Because apparently VAR doesn't have all the tools to judge if there is an offside, yes or no. Sky Sport was able to understand that there were 50 centimeters between Candreva, keeping on side Bonucci, 2 meter 90 from the line of Candreva, 3 meter 45 by Bonucci. How is it possible that we see later the images of Candreva touching the ball with a hand? I don't understand. I also want to say sorry to Dr. A and Fedia, because yesterday we went live as usual, winning, losing, drawing, VAR, whatever you want, we always put our face on it. We always speak about it. We are not hiding anything. If we are playing well or bad, winning, losing, we are always put our face on it. But yesterday, unfortunately, really soon, the live stopped. And I couldn't say thank you and reading the messages of Dr. A and Fedia. Fedia that was asking, is there any legal action which we can take? No, we can't. It's over. We have to accept it like it is. Can we fight? Can we speak? Yes, we can. Will we do it? I don't know. I do today on the channel. Dr. A was speaking about De Sciglio. Why was nobody mentioning De Sciglio? Individual performance of De Sciglio. We have to speak about that later when we are speaking about inabilities of some players to do some performances. But also Vlahovic that needs to grow. This is the message of Dr. A. Don't get me wrong. It's my impression that Vlahovic is always turning himself toward against the goal instead of going towards the goal. So these two messages we will speak when we are analyzing the individualities and the team performance. I watched the game again this morning. Yeah, I love to suffer. I love to suffer. I have to admit that I will repeat that I saw a Juventus that for 18 minutes is playing well. So people that are saying, yeah, the players are against the coach. No, they are not. I'm sorry to disappoint you. They are not. Because they were doing what the coach was asking. What I saw, and watch the game again and judge objectively without emotion, without taking part of I love Allegri, I hate Allegri, I love Milik, I hate Milik, I love Keane, I hate Keane. Try to be objective. The 18 first minutes of Juventus were good. We are not speaking about the level of Paris Saint-Germain with two amazing goals of Mbappé, with the velocity, but they were good and acceptable of a Juventus that was playing vertical with Paredes, with a McKennie that was totally involved in the game, with Miretti that was able to read the game and to position himself between the lines, with 2 shots on target by Miretti. But we also saw mistakes in these 18 minutes. The first one of Bremer at the 3rd minute. The ball goes over him, luckily. We were saved by a miss of Piontek. You can even discuss if there is a penalty on him or not. If we are really speaking about 360 degree, yes or no, this is a discussion point. But that's the first mistake. Then another mistake by Cuadrado, giving the ball, and luckily it was saved at the end. And then it happens at the 18th minute with an individual big mistake of Cuadrado, actually giving the goal to Salernitana. Handball or not, we already spoke about it. So let's focus about what we did in these 18 first minutes. I see a Juventus that wants to go for it, that is mobile, that is flexible, that is going, that wants to. They have a total domination of these first 18 minutes, that really want to. But then we make one mistake. And in these 80 minutes, we already did some few mistakes. But then we do a big mistake with Cuadrado that should not even have started. But we know that we have our injuries, so the players have to continue to play. He's doing a big, huge mistake yesterday, and we concede a goal. And that's where the problem starts of Juventus. Because after that goal, Juventus couldn't react. Couldn't react for the remaining part of the first half. Actually saying to Salernitana, go. We don't know. We are confused. McKennie is disappearing totally from the game. We are not able to play vertical, central anymore. The solutions that we are trying to find are going on the wings, because we try to find the Cuadrado, we try to find the De Sciglio, we try to go to Kostic, we go with long balls from Bonucci. So everything that we build in these first 80 minutes disappeared totally. Everything disappeared. We continue to do mistakes. By the way, the second goal that comes on a penalty, correct penalty, from the handball of Bremer, it comes by another miss, the one of Paredes. You remember that goal that we are taking in counter-attack versus, if I'm not wrong, I don't remember the team, but it was Di Maria not able to catch that ball. They go in counter-attack, boom, goal. The same here. versus Fiorentina. The same here, with Paredes not able to take that ball. He was on the wing. Why was he on the wing? I totally don't understand. So Juventus, until the end of the first half, after that first goal, totally confused, totally frustrated, nobody holding possession. McKennie that was even higher on the pitch than he was before. Why? Maybe a rush, maybe they wanted to do something and they didn't know, so big problems there. I watched the second half because yesterday I had the idea of a Juventus in second half that was dominating the game, that had a lot more attempts to our goals, a lot more attempts on target, because we went on targets with some ideas we played. I watched the game without the emotions of yesterday because I had the stress of the game, of course. I have to admit that I was disappointed of the second half of Juventus. Yes, we had the possession. Yes, we had the territorial dominance. We were up. If you're looking at the average position of the player, you will see how high Juventus was. But we were sterile. We had no idea. That first goal is coming from an amazing third assist, consecutive assist from Kostic, this time from the left side after winning a duel. Beautiful in terms of dribbling, centering. Beautiful goal of Bremer at the 51 minute, and then I'm expecting a Juventus that is continuing to believe in it. No, we kept the ball and we didn't continue, and that's a problem. And that's a problem. How is it possible that for 18 minutes in the first half, you are showing that you are able to do it and you disappear? You disappear when you have to chase Salernitana after that first goal, but also in second half where you have a 2-1, where you know that it's possible to come back, and you are waiting until the 92nd minute. Individualities, McKennie totally disappeared after these first 18 minutes. Cuadrado was absolutely not good yesterday. De Sciglio, to answer Dr. A, not good yesterday. Not good. Vlahovic, that was really great. And you see the potential of the guy. You know that he is a machine. You see that if he receives these balls, he's able to score them. He doesn't need a lot of balls to score them. Yesterday he scored in offside, and it was offside because Moise Kean, that we didn't even speak about, but I don't understand. The chances that the guy is receiving, not able to use these chances to show that he's still the kid that we knew from some years ago. Total disaster of Moise Kean yesterday, but he's giving that ball a bit too late, but Vlahovic between two defenders is able to score that goal. Not everyone is able to score that goal. Unfortunately, he also has to mature, to become better. Because some controls of Vlahovic were absolutely not okay. Not okay, because sometimes he's receiving the balls. And by the way, yesterday he received more balls than other games. He received them, but not only is able to control them. Something that he has to work on a lot and fast, because we believe in the guy. But he has to understand that this is crucial in a team like Juve that is playing versus teams like Salernitana yesterday, because you can tell me that they were playing well. And they were playing well. I was impressed by some of their players yesterday, by the ability of Nicola, the coach, to give that small team and the energy to become a beautiful reality of Serie A. It's beautiful to have these teams in Serie A. But yesterday at a certain moment, especially in second half, they were playing with 5-man defense, 3 men in the midfield, 1-1. It was a 5-4-1, if you want to, even. We will never have all these possibilities, especially if we are playing because we are slow. If we are playing slow, we will never solve any issue. So Juventus has to be faster. Faster, believing in herself, but the most important thing is they don't have to stop. We can't give the energy, the belief to the opponents that they are PSG, Barcelona, City, Inter, Milan, Bologna, Salernitana, Venezia, Benevento. We can't give them the belief that they can do something in our home. This is absolutely not acceptable. This is absolutely not acceptable. Juventus will have to work mentally, because we are already playing in 2 days versus Benfica that didn't lose. The last time they lose, it was versus Porto on the 17th of May. Since they continue to win, to win, to win. A beautiful machine. We are playing versus Benfica, guys. And we have to solve our mental issues, because apparently leading is not enough, but also conceding, we don't have the energy to come back. The team, together with the coach, because I know you will start speaking, you never speak about the coach. we did some mistakes. Unfortunately, giving the trust to Moiskin is a mistake. Unfortunately, continuing to trust Cuadrado, that is objectively super tired, is a mistake. He will not play versus Monza. He received that red card. So you see, the biggest part of the video is about our inability to play better and something that we have to fix really fast. But that first part, we were speaking about the referees and about the VAR decision. Because if you have these 3 points versus Roma, if you have the 3 points yesterday, you are at 14 points together with Napoli, Milan, Atalanta. With a big margin of playing style, but also in terms of men. Pogba, Chiesa, Di Maria, Locatelli, Rabiot, all coming back with a lot of progression margin. And then you can go solving your problems and go towards a Scudetto. I prefer to speak about VAR, and especially I prefer to speak about our own problems and playing style, having 14 points than having 10. Waiting for your comments. Thank you for liking the video. I'm sorry again for yesterday, for the live, especially to Fedja and Dr. A. Hopefully they are there and they're knowing that I read them. Thank you for everything. Grazie, forza. Juve.